Deep Dive with David Stendahl, where we trade without ego, no emotion, no greed, and no opinion. Before we begin tonight's video blog, please read over our trading disclaimer and remember to trade smart and accept the reality that trading futures is risky. This presentation does not provide buy-sell recommendations, and our information is strictly provided for educational purposes only. As always, trade at your own risk and analysis. Hey there, it's David Stendahl with tonight's Deep Dive. It is March 18th, 2019, and tonight we're going to take a look at copper. The ETF is CPER. The market in itself is consolidating. That's part of the reason that we're actually looking at this market. We have the trend that's to the upside. We got the technicals that are the upside. The seasonals are pointing to the downside. We're going to talk a little bit about this because that's actually looking into the future for the most part. And so there's an opportunity here for a potential breakout, which is what we're really going to be looking at here tonight. So with the trend being to the upside and the technicals pointing to the upside, that's really all we really need to know from that side. If we take a look at the market itself, here's copper. Daily bars here. Here is the consolidation all the way across. We've got nice support to the market, which is coming back here. This 39 represents pretty strong support to the market. We have resistance to the market, and this is where the consolidation comes from this support level right through here, and this resistance level right up through here. That's where that consolidation is coming from. We got the 50-day that is most likely going to cross back above the 200. So the yellow is the 50, the 200 is the gray. Across above that would be bullish for the market. We've got a market that is relatively quiet and is kind of looking for some type of a breakout to the upside. If we come back to the website, now I mentioned the seasonals are to the downside, so let's spend a little bit of time on that. Here's the seasonals. Copper is number 9 on that list of top 10. So RBOB is and has been for quite some time at the top of the list. But here's copper, number 9 on the list as far as strength to the seasonal tendencies. If we actually look at copper, what we're going to see here is the fact that the seasonal tendencies have been actually tracking pretty well. This black line represents the current year. The blue line represents the seasonal tendencies. In this case, it's the 5-year, which really kind of tells you going forward, a lot of nothing is happening going forward. If we take a look at the 10 years, you'll see that the bias is actually to the upside, along with the 15, which is pretty strong. Now, I mentioned that the seasonal tendencies are biased to the downside. And the easiest way to look at that is when we look at our projection, which looks at the 5, the 10, the 15, and the 20 years, and it comes up with a projection for where the market is likely headed. So with the movement to the upside, you can see here, today being the 18th, where is the market headed? Well, you can see that it's going to probably head up until towards the tail end of this month, and then there's a bit of a sell-off. So when we look at our seasonal accuracy for the market, it's looking at from where the market was last looked at to 20 days into the future, and that being the case, it's to the downside. But in the near term, there's this potential breakout to the upside, and that potential breakout to the upside could lend itself well to more of a consolidation at the tail end of that particular consolidation. And from that side, from that little breakout, little consolidation that will take place, and maybe this protracted sell-off wouldn't be as dramatic. Point being, watch that particular market because there's opportunity to be had from that side. I'm just going to show this to you that whenever we look at the tendencies to the market, whether they're consolidating, they're trending, they can technical indicators, what's going on with the seasonals, overbought, oversold, and the remaining part is really looking at where the support and resistance are to the market. We have a little deep dive cheat sheet that kind of describes a lot of what I'm describing so that you can actually look at those indicators and really get a better feel for what's taking place. So if you come to our signals, deep dive analysis, come down to the cheat sheet. You can download that particular cheat sheet and really give you an idea as to what it is that I'm talking about, because I cover a lot of material, but I don't always go into the nth degree of detail. The cheat sheet will actually help you from that side. This being said, here's copper. Copper with this potential breakout, this consolidation, this setup for a pretty good trade. Right now we're flat across 14 different systems, and we're really looking for an opportunity for something to take place. Point being, watch copper, because there's an opportunity that's probably going to be coming up here fairly soon. And so you can always watch the systems and they'll tell you exactly what to do. Final thing that I'll mention here, if you look at memberships and then come down to upcoming webinars, I've started again to do some of the webinars. I've been having a lot of projects on my hand that have really come into play, and we're really kind of at the tail end of those, so I'm starting up my webinars. So technically what I'll be doing is webinars every Wednesday as a minimum at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to be doing one this coming Wednesday talking about seasonal, in this case Signal Central. We're going to be talking about looking at the individual markets, getting a feel for things, and then the deep dive analytics that I was referring to, that cheat sheet, next Wednesday, not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, I'll be talking about that in greater detail. So that being the case, if you're interested in signing up for some of these free workshops, just simply come to webinars, or memberships, and then the webinar page, and then you can click and register for any of those bigger webinars. So we will be doing one this Wednesday, and then the next couple of Wednesdays going forward. And I've got a whole slew of other webinars that will be popping up here on different types of topics, correlation analysis, and other things I'll be talking about here that I just haven't really posted those particular things as of yet. So look for those, and with that, we'll take a look at another market tomorrow and move forward from there. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.